Hi, I'm Steve. I'm from Newlands, and I've got a written submission that I'd like to read out, but before I read that, I'd just like to make a couple of points. I'm not an economist, but it really concerned me when Bill English a few weeks ago said that the $6 billion that they were thinking they were going to get was not a best guess, it was just a guess. And I think he probably got put in the naughty chair for that, but and it probably helped this campaign in saying that. Another concern as a lay person is what will happen when the 49% private ownership don't want to invest in the sector, and the government has to put in that money themselves. And another thing I just want to say, an sort of encouragement before I say my submission, is that there's 40, maybe 50 people in this room, but there's far more people than that are against asset sales in New Zealand. There's been a recent poll by TV3 saying 62% disagree, 35% agree with asset sales. There was another poll that Massey University did. It was on Stuff, original, but 76% of people were against asset sales out of 2,000 surveyed, and a more telling statistic out of that was 47.4 was strongly against, and 1.4 was strongly in favour. So if you had 2,000 people, 36 people were strongly in favour, and nearly 1,000 were strongly against. So we're not alone in this. I'm just presuming that everyone's against asset sales in this room. We're not alone. So I'll just read out my submission. I believe that the current model of competing SOEs should be scrapped in favour of a centralised system that encourages people to use less power. If the sector is partially privatised as proposed by the National-led government, the profit model will be further entrenched. I am therefore strongly opposed to the proposed asset sales. The electricity sector should not be run under the present commercial model. The profit motive encourages people to use more power. Competing power companies spend millions on advertising campaigns and gimmicks. The sector could be using this money to promote the use of less power. They could do this by promoting the use of energy-efficient appliances and insulation. Instead of building new multi-million-dollar power stations, all of which have environmental impacts, the government can spend money on subsidising insulation and microgeneration. With photovoltaic panels decreasing in price, it is cost-effective to encourage householders to install panels on their roofs, especially in high sunshine areas. In high wind areas, such as Newlands, the same applies to windmills. Householders can generate their own power and put it into the national grid when they make excess power, which would run their meter backwards. The installation of passive solar hot water panels could also be encouraged and subsidised. This is most cost effective when an electric hot water cylinder dies. So a passive hot water cylinder it just heats the hot water, there's no electricity involved. The encouragement of insulation and microgeneration initiatives benefits businesses nationwide and long term. Large power projects are localised, and once they are built, most of the jobs disappear. Encouraging energy efficiency and microgeneration would put more money into people's pockets, which would flow into the economy. So what I'm saying is that if people are spending less on power because of having good insulation in their houses, then they'll be able to spend more on other things, which is good for the economy. Encouraging insulation of homes would not only lessen the need for new power stations, it would also improve the nation's health. If the government choose to run the energy sector aiming to save power, it would save money, create long-term employment and improve the nation's health. If the partial sale proposal goes ahead, the energy sector will move further in the opposite direction. I'm happy to have my name.